Hi loves! We have a mini twist tutorial. I installed these yesterday, so they are super fresh. I did them on freshly washed wet hair. I do not blow dry or stretch my hair for my mini twist just because I like it to be super bouncy and I like it to be curled at the ends, and I find that if I stretch it, it doesn't give me that same look. So I always just do it on wet hair. And this is normally how I style them after I do them. I don't like how they look when they're all down, so I normally just do a half up, half down style. I do some other styles too. I'll make a completely separate video about my mini twist styles, so don't worry. Before anyone comments, I will show you guys how I do my styles. A couple of other things that I want to say before we hop into the tutorial. Mini twists are not created equal. Before I get any comments, yours may come out looking a little bit differently than mine, just according to your hair density. What I have found to be true is that if you have a finer hair density, it comes out looking a little bit sparse. And it's not to say that you can't do them. You may just need to add hair or just make them super tiny. I just want to put that out there before I get any comments about it. I always get comments about that whenever I post videos about my mini twist. But I think if you can master them and you like the way that they look, I think they're a really good protective style to have in your hair. They're super low maintenance. You can keep them in for up to 3 weeks. I typically keep mine in for about 2 weeks max. But they can go longer than that. I've seen them go longer with the proper maintenance. I love when my mini twists are in because I don't have to do my hair for a couple of weeks. All I have to do is just spritz some leave-in conditioner, a mist on them to keep them hydrated, and that pretty much maintains them. These took me about 6 hours to install, so definitely not a quick style that you can do. But like I said, you won't have to do your hair for a couple of weeks. So I think the handoff is good. You know, 6 hours of work, 2 weeks of me not doing my hair. But I love the way that they turned out. It's giving locks. Whenever I do my mini twist, it always gives locks. So if I ever feel the urge to lock my hair, I'll just do mini twist and it pretty much just mimics the same look. So if you are interested in seeing how I do my mini twist, let's get into the tutorial.
All right, so at this point my hair is clean and freshly washed. All I have in it is just some leave-in conditioner. The only product that I'll be using is foaming mousse. Then I'm going to keep some water next to me in case I need to re-wet my hair. I'll also be needing some braiding gel, and this will make sense why when we get to the front of my hair. As far as hair tools, I'll be needing a comb for parting, and then I'm going to keep some clips with me to section and keep my hair out the way. So how I'm going to go about this, I'm going to put my hair into 3 sections. So 2 sections in the front and 1 big section in the back. And if you will, bring your attention to the lines. I'm not making them super straight, and this is going to be a common theme for all of the parting in the back. I don't get too caught up in neat parting in the back section because, for one, the back is none of my business, and 2, the twists are going to cover up the parting anyways, so it just doesn't make sense to spend so much time getting the parts super neat. Alright, so now that we have our sections, I'm going to spritz my hair with some water, and then we're going to start from the very back and work our way up to the front. This is my first row, and again, you will see that I am not being particular with the parting. The lines are not straight by any means. I'm also not making my rows super wide because these are mini twists, so I want to make them mini. And I guess a rule of thumb would be the more rows that you have, the smaller and the greater number of twists you'll have. So I'm going to grab a small section of hair with my finger, and each section will be about 1 to 2 inches in width. When I have the section that I'll be twisting, I'm going to grab my foaming mousse and rake that through the section of hair. Again, foaming mousse is the only product that I'll be using to twist my hair. I like to use a foaming mousse over a cream because I've noticed that it results in less frizz over time. So now let's talk a little bit about how I twist my hair. If you tuned into the twist out tutorial that I posted a minute ago, it's pretty much the exact same thing, but I take my section and I split it down the middle with my finger, so I'll have 2 strands, and I take the left strand and twist it over the right strand, so I'm twisting clockwise essentially. Now I have seen people twist counterclockwise, so if you naturally twist counterclockwise, this is fine too. And you want to twist as tight as you can. This is kind of hard to explain, but when you're twisting, pull the strands away from each other and it keeps it tightly twisted together. When I get to the bottom of the twist, I like to wrap it around my finger, and this creates a nice coil at the bottom. And I put 4 twists in this row, and then I'm gonna move on to the next row. I believe I put 8 twists in this row. I didn't really count how many twists I had in each row. I honestly just grab little sections of hair with my finger, but I can say each little section was about 1 to 2 inches in width, and I'll just be continuing this process of grabbing hair and twisting for the entire back section of my hair. Now I do want to mention that although I'm not parting very neat in the back, at the beginning of the rows that I part off, I do make it into a straight line because I typically put my twist up in some sort of updo style. So just making that neat line at the beginning of the rows gives the illusion that I parted neatly in the back, if that makes sense. So here's the back completely done. As you can see, the twists have covered all of the uneven parting, and I did about 13 rows in the back. So now let's move on to the front portion of my head. I have my left side and my right side. Now what's different about the front is that I am actually going to be parting. I'll be doing the box parting method. So starting off with the front row, really taking my time to make it neat, and you can see that I'm also lining up with the back rows. The front is where it all just becomes really nice and cohesive, and this is where the braiding gel comes in. I'm applying it to my edges to kind of give it a little swoop-de-doo, and it also lays down any frizz or flyaways at the front of my hair. Now another thing that I do at the front is I start every twist with a braid. Starting with the braid will keep the twist tighter at the root, and this will get rid of any puffy roots. I really want to emphasize a neat look at the front. With my mini twist, the front is really the only part that matters, which is why I don't braid the twist in the back. You could if you wanted to, but I'm just pretty lazy in that regard, and like I said, the back is none of my business. So every twist in the front will begin with a braid, and I braid about 4 to 5 times down, and then immediately go into a twist, turning my 3 strands into 2 strands. And I'm just going to continue this exact process for the remaining rows. So when I get to the very last row, I'm going to line it up with the row that is right next to it. And again, this is really just going to lock in a cohesive look, making sure that everything is neat and put together. And when I'm all done with my twist, I'm going to apply a little bit more mousse to the twist to set everything in. You know, when you finish cooking a dish, you gotta garnish with basil or cilantro or parsley. Yeah, it's like that. But this is the final look. Super cute.
So that is how I do my mini twist. This is how I've been doing them for years. Nothing has really changed. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope it gave you some insight into how you can do your own mini twist. I hope it works out for you and that you are able to achieve the same look. So happy mini twisting, and I will see you guys in the next video.